Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I'm Dave. Not sure if I've talked about this before, but to a lot of, especially young people, if you just have some kids, get in the stock market. I did. It was quite a while ago. After my second daughter was born, I realized that there's no way working for somebody that I was going to make enough of money to send them to college and buy them a car. And my wife and I, we both wanted her to just be a stay-at-home mom and raise the kids and take them to different events. So when I started, it wasn't as advanced as it is now. I mean, it was newspaper. So I'd come home from work, look at the newspaper, the business section, and okay, Jenny Craig closed at this. So I'd go online and I'd put in a limit order to buy it at a specific price. And then you come home the next day and you log in and you find out, okay, you bought it. Now you wait another day and you see it closed up. You put in your limit order to sell it the next day, and then you find out it's sold. So I had originally started with just $10,000, that's all I had. And if, for instance, I mean today, with all the live streaming events, you can see how many people are buying, what they're buying it for, what they're selling it for, the quantities that are moving. It's all live streaming quotes. So for instance, if you would have bought yesterday at the close Citigroup, helicopter, I'm going to wait. It's going to be a while. Alright. So if you would have bought Citigroup yesterday at the close, you bought 100 shares, that would have been a little over $4,000. Right now it's up $1.62, so you'd have $162 and you sell it. Just keep doing it, $100 at a time or whatever. Next thing you know, you're buying 1,000 shares at a time, and that would have been $1,620 profit. So just start doing it. Go to TD Ameritrade. I've been through a lot of different brokerages figuring things out. And Ameritrade, if you ask to sell it at $10.42, the second it's at 42, it goes. Other brokerages wait for 43 cents before your stock goes at 42. And I think it's because they're pocketing the extra penny per share. So kind of nasty. TD Ameritrade. Yeah, I had started, what was it, 15 years ago? No, more than that. But in any case, it only took me 11 years to get to the point where I retired. I retired at age 46. Doing the stock market, and still had money to send the kids to college, buy them nice cars and stuff. So that's just a piece of advice. Next, frog lube. Ever since I showed the video putting frog lube on the handles on the lathe and stuff, it hasn't rusted, so this stuff really works. I mean, it's still nice and shiny. It's great. Eyeglasses. These guys, nah, they're kind of nice. I mean, I finally got them adjusted where they're on same angle, same spot, but you move your head slightly and now you can't find back what you were looking at. So it's just not going to work out. I mean, kind of wasted 20 bucks, but I just put them back in the box and that's about it. So, Del Mar Fair here, went to the Del Mar Fair, and they always have some nice, one booth that's got some nice stuff in it. Got a nice little pair of channel locks, vice grips rather, which are they're pretty well made. It doesn't say where they're made, but it's ground pretty nice and they work really good. So I figured, you know, for $3, in case something comes up, I got a nice teeny pair. Also bought a nice little, what do you call them, pen vise or whatever. Seems like it moves really smooth. I don't like the finish on it, so I'm going to put it in the lathe. Probably trying to take it down with Scotch-Brite or something, but for $1. Didn't have one, and if I haven't. And a magnifying glass. This thing is really nice. The depth on it, I mean, I can be way out like this. I'm about a foot away from this paper, and I can just magnify everything. It's got a nice little light in it too. So that really does light everything up. I'm surprised how it projects. So another, I think it was like $10. I wish it would fit in one of the drawers though. It's just too big. So that's my Delmar Fair finds. The fly cutter, I never did explain how I kind of did it in the middle, the angle. What you do is you turn this part down until you're almost at size. Now you've got a shoulder here and you can clamp it in the vise on this, and you don't care about how tight you make it, that you're going to mess up the surface in the vise. And you've got a shoulder to lean it on, you know, in the vise, so you're tilted like that all the way down in. Now you can do all the angles and the cuts and stuff, and then you take it out and you finish machining that. So that's how the fly cutter was done. But on the lathe, the gear saga is over. Yay! So I'll be taking you over to the bench and show you the last of it. The machine has got a completely different sound to it. I love it. I can try it again. So I tried recording just the sound, and it sounds exactly the same for some reason, but it is a completely different sounding lathe, and I'm loving it. Finishes are still fantastic on it, so nothing really improved or degraded, but just great with it. Alright, so I'll take you over to the bench. Alright, finally got the parts in. Ordered them Wednesday, today's Friday, they arrived in the mail today. When you get the pulley, when you get the lower pulley for the motor, they give you a keyway with it. And this pulley is incredibly tight. I actually had to use a deep socket and tap it on. It's that tight. Same way with the lower one. When I took the old one off the motor, there was grease, you know, the original grease that they ship it with was caked and dried up all over the shaft, so I had a hard time getting the new motor, the new pulley, or the drive pulley on it. So I had to clean it down with paint thinner and then tap it on also. And the little spring retention clip, removing it, it just like bent. I don't know. So be prepared if you're going to replace that, you're probably going to bend that retaining clip. So I have the assortment from Harbor Freight, had one that fits it really nice. Now the belt, I don't know why it's wobbling. I can't figure it out, but I just have to live with it. The top and the bottom screw holding the motor, I just said forget them. There's some kind of lock things that just, the two on the side hold the motor, and then these two will pivot the motor for tensioning. I just said screw them, backed them completely out, and I had a hard time trying to get this belt away from it. I realized that the motor does this. There's slop in these slots, so I had to push the motor all the way that way, push it down for tension, tighten the overscrew, and then I kept trying to raise the back of it as high as I could and then just tighten it down. And I finally got the belt almost on center. It's minor off, but it's away from it. And then meanwhile I'm watching this thing wobble up and down. This is machined really bad. I can't get it off, but it's a piece of plastic, so I don't think it's going to add too much to vibrations. But these guys are really crooked when they're on there, and I have a feeling that adds a little bit to the vibration of the machine. What else to say? So I guess that's repaired, and it's not rubbing, so mine must have come from the factory with it rubbing, and I had no idea. Being new to the thing, never pulled the cap off or looked at it, just was focusing on the compound because of all the problems that I had trying to be able to machine. So I guess I'll wind up just putting it all back together now, but there it is, back up and running. Well, there it is, back together. Hallelujah. I wasn't going to replace that one. I did buy it because this one, the other one had a slight tooth problem in it. But I was looking at, when I have it set for the other direction with this engaging this guy. It's like it's just barely engaging. And so I pulled it off and compared it to the new one. This is the new one. And the teeth in the new one are longer, but it's still not engaging as much as it should be. Because I'm starting to look at all of their stuff, how they had adjusted it, and all mine, making all my stuff match it. And so it does, it's pretty good. Just that one, and then all the noises are gone, so it runs nicely. So it sounds pretty good and healthy to me. And then even going in the other direction. Yeah. Well, that's it engaged. This keeps moving, which is a problem. So I need to just put a little grease on that guy. And I got to get the bolt for this thing, because this pivots, which causes this gear to engage more. Is it straight right now? No, it's not. Moved. There. That's back. So I definitely have to get that bolt in there. Because every time I move this handle, I'm pivoting the whole thing and have no idea about it. So I can wind up destroying one of these gears. So that's it for now. What a pain though. Alright, end of the gear saga, but just wanted to show you guys this weird scalloping that was on the motor. So the picture on the LMS site, I don't know if you can get in there and see that. You probably can. I can't tell on the camera thing. But yeah, when it got real skinny, then it's going to start slipping because of the scalloping. It's like deliberately going to make it skip. And the picture on the LMS site of this little keyway shows it square. What you get is actually the correct one. It's rounded on both ends. So that's that. And this was the guy that just sprung out. Like weird, just bent like that, didn't even break. So that's what I replaced it with, and everything's nice. It sounds really nice. I still have really nice finishes on it, but I'm starting to play with chatter because it's kind of fun. I don't know if you see, just probably move the angles or whatever, but if you rigidity keeps the chatter away, but if you loosen up the tool holder in the quick change tool post, you can start controlling some of it and get some really neat patterns here. Let's see if I can't see it at all, so I hope the light reflects it at one point. And this was a fun one too. Let me see if I can zoom in. Let's see, telephoto, just come way in there. There we go. Is it going to focus? No, too far. Back out, back out. There we go. So, just having fun with chatter. This was done with the threading thing that I made, and you can just tighten it up. This was fairly tight to get that kind of a pattern, and same way with that one. It was a little bit looser, so it makes bigger stuff. And then if I can bring this one back up again. Yeah. So just having fun with that. You can put this pattern on the end. You know, I should take the knob off the lathe that I had made there on the saddle, and just do this to it, put some pattern on the end of it, make it look really cool. Alright. The long sought after answer came. What's the difference between chamfer and bevel? And the video that I talked about, the guy is absolutely wrong. Let's see if I can draw this. This is a bevel, where you completely cut the edge. And on the camera, which way? There. So that's a bevel. A chamfer is just breaking sharp edges. So now I know, and once you know what to search for on Google, you'll find all kinds of Google images or whatever, the difference between chamfer and bevel.